Perfect, perfect, perfect. Okay, guys. Awesome, awesome, awesome. If you're on this call right now, man, you're here for one or two reasons, right? One, because you want to learn how to make more money. I mean, that's why we all here. That's why you got invited to this call. Or number two, somebody invited you here, right? Because you heard it was money to be made, but you don't really know how none of this stuff work. Either way, we're gonna help you understand how to do both. Guys, I'll be your host for today's call. My name is Melo Haynes. Born and raised Akron, Ohio. I'm always repping, right? But more importantly, guys, humble guy, 30 years old, two kids, fiance, trying to do things the right way and live in obedience. And over these next few moments, I'm gonna be breaking down to you guys, the ins and outs of trading and investing through my truth and what I've been able to accumulate over these last few years, guys. So the whole purpose of this call, guys, is to break down to you, the overall basics of how you can get involved with trading and investing. That's what this call is all about, right? We understand what the problems are. It's not that we don't make money. It's just that we don't do the right things with it. We got to give ourselves a chance. A consistent, profitable investor, you're going to need access to a few things. You're going to have to learn the basics of trading and investing. Trading is not hard; it's just new. It's harder when you ignore these type of things and you try to, create shortcuts to where you think you want to learn a skill, and it's so easy to get involved with the market, but you know that you really don't have any capital right now or the time, right? So the goal is to invest so you can buy your time back to do the things that will help you become fruitful in life, right? Step number two, these are the things we're going to be talking about, right? Learn about all of the tools that you guys can be using to be profitable throughout your journey of trading, right? And investing, right? Obviously, number three, we're going to teach you how to be able to get access to mentors, a group, or additional education to be able to increase your profitability, because what you don't know will hurt you, right? You're going to also learn how to be able to create a profitable trading plan, things that you want to consider when you're growing your own capital, right? And then obviously, step number five, you want to take this information, run with it, and practice, practice, practice. A lot of people charge for the information I'm giving to you guys today. I had it on my spirit to pretty much just break down the basics about what it is, so you guys know how, if you do see fit and you see value and what I'm sharing with you guys, then maybe we could partner up. If you like to get access to mentorship, different things of that nature, we can talk from there. But at least this will be a good space for you to begin when it comes to getting involved in this space, okay? Confidently, right? So what tools will you need to be able to trade Forex, right? You're going to need a broker account, okay? These are normally free to be able to set up. It does not cost you to set up a broker account. This is what's going to allow you to be able to deposit your actual funds into a space, right, where you can execute trades. Think of it as your own money market account or money savings account that you can proactively grow yourself. There's multiple brokers that are available to you. Tap in with the people in your surroundings or your community to be able to find out. I'm not on here to promote brokers or anything like that. I'm here to just give straight value. Another app that you guys are going to want to leverage for the style of trading that I do. There's multiple ones. I didn't create a slide for this, but I'll address it. You got Robinhood, which allows you to be able to trade and invest in stocks and also cryptocurrency. Okay. You have other additional apps, right? I've heard of Webull. I've heard of different things, E-Trade, Ameritrade, different things of that nature. These apps allow you to invest in stock and ETFs. For Forex specifically, foreign exchange brokers allow you to trade all of those markets under one platform. I'm going to say that again. Foreign exchange brokers allow you guys to trade stocks, commodities, currencies, cryptocurrencies, indices, indexes, commodities, gold, silver, different things of that nature. You could trade them all under one roof. Interesting, man. Interesting. All right, y'all, give me 1 second. Let's be respectful. Okay, cool. Obviously, you guys going to need access to education and mentorship. That's key. Because again, what you don't know won't hurt you, will hurt you in this market. No sense in you losing money from simply just not being aware, right? And then obviously you got to have the willingness to be able to learn while you earn, right? This simply means being patient with yourself to be able to give yourself enough time to succeed and really put some cash flow together for you guys, okay? Awesome, awesome, awesome. All right, so check this out. We're going to break down the basics of Forex and different things of that nature. So hopefully you guys are taking notes, because note takers are money makers, all right? Note takers are money makers. Pay attention. Okay, so what is Forex? Forex is short for foreign exchange, ladies and gentlemen. This is the largest, most liquid financial market in the world, right? Largest, most liquid financial market in the world. If you look at this slide in this diagram right here, guys, look at how much larger and more liquid this market is compared to other markets that we're familiar with. Anything's dealing with stocks is normally traded on New York Stock Exchange, right? So the difference between these brokers is not only what's traded in it, but how long we have access to these markets. When you're dealing with stocks, you're dealing with companies' assets, right? You're dealing with businesses. So whenever you're dealing with stocks, you're investing into a business. You're buying a piece and investing into a piece of a business's longevity or their appreciation. If you believe that the value of a company is going to go up, right? Instead of wearing Nike, invest in it. Instead of just watching Netflix all day, invest in it. Things that you like, know, and buy every single day, you could be making money from it, right? The equities market, another big market that's actually bigger than the market that everybody else is familiar with stocks, right? The futures market, these are things like rice, beans, corn, soy, cotton. These all have an exchange rate as well, right? The futures market is bigger than the stock exchange market, guys, right? You're dealing with small companies, right? So $28 billion per day compared to 6.6 trillion, 5.3 to 6.6 trillion dollars every single day. The difference between this market and other markets, guys, is that you can participate in this market 24 hours a day, 5 days a week. And if you're trading binary options, which we'll touch on as well, you guys can trade these markets 24/7. So gone are the days where you only have to clock in to be able to make money when you understand that you can make money from your smartphone 24 hours a day, right? I'm gonna share with you how we do that. First, let me explain to you guys what the benefits of Forex trading is, since a lot of people have been skeptical, right? Forex trading is not something that you have to sign up with in order for you to be able to trade. I'm gonna say this again. Forex trading is not required for you to join something other than a broker for you to be able to trade. I'm gonna explain to you the difference and why I'm doing this and why other people won't. This ain't throwing no shade or anything. Just most people didn't have the courage to articulate this to other people. Because since I really understand how to trade and I know I'm helping my community, they know my heart and they understand that the money that we make will always supersede somebody not wanting to get started with what we're doing. Right? I never asked a blind to proofread my vision. All I did was self-educate because I understood that this was a market that I could trade in 24/7, right? 24 hours a day, 5 days a week, or 7 days a week, which means I can make money around my busy schedule. Guys, if you have kids, if you have children, if you have, a whole bunch of different obligations, the only thing that allows your money to work for you is when you're trading and investing, right? You cannot work your way to wealth. I have not seen it done. I have not seen it done. I know it exists, but I haven't personally seen it done. Not in my demographic, not in my age demographic, right? In order for you to be able to retire, you need about 2.5 to $3 million in order for you to retire comfortably, right? And that's not 2.5 to 3 million that you made over your years working. I'm talking about 2.5 to 3 million put to the side. And a lot of people know that their job will never offer that opportunity because they barely break in 100,000 a year, right? So you got the choice to work from anywhere in the world. You can make money anywhere in the world. You take your phone with you everywhere, don't you? Absolutely. Most of you guys take your laptops to class with you when you're in school. This is something you can do while you're in school. This is something you could do while you're at work. This is something that you see yourself making money with while you're on your way to work. People are doing this every single day, right? With constantly profitable trading, guys, you guys can create the freedom of becoming your own boss. We're not telling you to quit your job, but trading and investing puts you in a position to actually do that, right? It puts you in a position to do that because the money and the cash flow is always going to keep rolling once you get the skill down pack. Obviously, with patience and discipline, you can learn how to compound small investments, right, into a steady income stream. Some brokers are allowing you to fund your broker account with as little as $10 to $50, right? $10 or $50. You can start a broker account up and begin trading. Now, you won't be able to trade a lot of volume because you don't have a lot of capital in there to leverage, but you can begin getting the experience with as little as 10 to 50 bucks. And there's another market that's going toward $1 trillion that all of us are knowing about, right? You're talking about it more and more every time, right? Bitcoin, Litecoin, Ethereum, cryptocurrency, right? This is really setting the future stage for how we all going to be able to utilize money. And a lot of people are wondering, since it's getting talked about more now, should they invest? Well, it was people that was telling you about this over the last couple of years. It's been people that's been following me, and you've been seeing these conversations being had, but you know, you're too skeptical to get access to information because you think somebody personally gets gain. And because the relationship is always the barrier, and what your true intentions is, most people don't even try. Guys, with Facebook, all the hours that we spend on Facebook, Instagram, vicariously living through other people's lives, is people that's investing in those same platforms and making money off of it, because you care more about entertainment than getting it back, right? If we would have had this conversation back in 2010, you wouldn't be on this call right now. Look at what it says. If you would have invested $100 in Bitcoin back in 2010, you would be worth well over 72 million right now. Bitcoin is at around in between 32 and $35,000 right now. Back in 2010, it was probably around 3,000 or less. So just understand that if you knew the right things back then, if your parents would have knew the right things back then, you would be in a different situation. So don't let conversations like these go over your head. This isn't a call to beat up on nobody. It's literally just to spread awareness that there's another 10 years is going to pass. Don't be the person that say, damn, I missed that. Because most people miss out on success, not because somebody tried to lie to you or try to scam you. No, most people miss out on success because of their current situation. They lack an understanding of how things really work, and because they bitter. Most people miss out on success because somebody tried to tell you the truth, but your current mindset wouldn't allow you to believe them. Right? This stuff is real, guys. It's a level playing field. Everybody can get a piece and live the life you always wanted to dream. This is how we're going to be using money right now. They're already Bitcoin millionaires, billionaires already. You can be on that right side, right? So check this out. What's actually traded in the foreign exchange markets, right? When we talk about foreign exchange, we're talking about currencies. Okay, so you can trade the US dollar. You can digitally exchange these currencies without leaving your home, without having to fly to another country, right? You don't have to physically own any of these currencies. You can trade each of these from your smartphone and make money. So imagine making that yen money, but you at the crib. Pretty cool, right? When you know how to capitalize on this stuff, you can trade the US dollar, the euro dollar, Japanese yen, Canadian dollar, and physically not have to be in any of these places, right? Most retail brokers allow participants to be able to trade more than just currencies, though, like I mentioned to you before. You could trade stocks, commodities, crypto, indices, all of these under one roof. So you can start learning how to become your own stimulus check instead of you waiting for one, right? If you believe, right? If you believe that this stimulus check is really about to put you ahead. Matter of fact, how many people are actually more excited about tax season than they is this stimulus check? Drop a 2 in the chat. Drop a 2 in the chat, man. If you guys are more excited about tax season than you are this stimulus check, this stimulus bill, drop some 2s in the chat, right? Everybody that dropped a 2, right? We all know that we paid, right? We paid overpaid in taxes if we're getting a refund. That's one. So not only we getting finessed by the government from just not knowing how to leverage business income and corporation with our jobs, we overpay in taxes, and we excited about money that we overpaid for, and they only giving us a percentage of it back, right? The people that's grateful for any type of bread that they getting, right? You know, shout out to y'all, because if you know what to do with it after this call, which you should, then you're going to be in a financial position to be able to take 2021 and beyond, you know, to a whole nother level, right? So check this out. We're going to break down understanding how your money actually works in the market. These are a few terms you need to consider on your journey, beginning with trading, right? Everything's going to come down for the most part from pips, lot sizes, and risk management. Now, pips are the change in price of a currency pair, right? Change in price of a currency pair, meaning if I'm trading the euro versus the dollar, right? If the euro is stronger than the dollar, then the market is going to start trending up. If I'm buying that market at the time where I'm actually able to see that the market is trending up, I'm making money, right? That means you're catching pips. Pips stands for price and percentage, okay, with this style of trading. Then you have lot sizes. right? Lot sizes actually determine how much money you gain, or you could potentially lose with every change in currency price while you're actually in a trade. All right. Lot sizes determine how much money you make per pip, per percentage that the market moves in your favor once you take a position. Okay. Risk management is how you're actually able to manage your capital and your risk while you're actually in a trade. This is where the skill comes in, knowing when to buy and when to sell, right? That's what most people struggle with. We got a solution for you. Stick with me. Also, if you guys stick to the end of this call, we have a free giveaway for you guys for every single attendee, because we appreciate you guys tapping in with us. We always don't want you to just leave with educate or information and a high spirit. We want you to leave with something tangible. So stick with me. We're going to be giving a free giveaway to everybody on the call. Right? Let's talk pips. Let's give a brief example of what this means, right? So when you get involved in this market, it can look like Chinese. It can look like whatever language you want. But when you understand it, it really speaks Guapanese to you. You should probably write that down. Right? In this pair, US dollar versus Swiss franc, right? If we're trading this currency pair, this is the currency rate. This is what the currency rates look like, right? 0.9346. Guys, this is really 93 cents. But just how you know that there's 60 seconds in 1 minute, it takes 60 seconds to create a new minute. It takes 99 pips to create 1 cent, to move the market 1 cent. So while all of these things, while prices are fluctuating up and down, people are making money every single day. Right? This is why this is exciting, because you guys are missing out on a bag every single day that you're not involved. Right? If you're in for a buy, you expect the market to move up. Right? You expect the direction of the market to move up. So if you're buying the market for 10 pips or for 10 points, all you would do is add 10 points to the focal point, right? Which is pretty much determining if this cent changes or not. We're changing. The reason why it's called pips is because we're making money off of a percentage of a cent, right? We're making money off of a percentage of an actual cent changing. So if the market's going to go up a few pips, that doesn't mean it's going up a whole cent. We're making money as prices getting ready to change, either go up 1 cent or down 1 cent. Okay. So you would simply just add 10 to 46 if you're catching 10 pips for your take profit, right? You can get in and out of this market. And I'm going to explain to you different styles of trading as well. If you guys are in a sell, you can sell the market for 10 pips. So you would simply just subtract 10 from the focal point, right? The pip value. And you'll know how much you're able to make. Now, what determines how much you make, whether you're catching 10 pips, 20 pips, 100, 400, it doesn't matter, right? It doesn't matter. What determines how much you get paid is based off of how much you fund your account with, which ultimately dictates how much you can afford to trade. So this is what confuses a lot of people, but once I'm gonna do my best at explaining this to you, but this is what gets people excited about it. Because if you grew up like me, right? I grew up a little from the struggle. My mom made sure we had what we needed. But we was always down to make $1 out of 15 cents. I never knew that these things that I heard all my life, right? What goes up must do what? Come down. Well, once you down, you can't stay down forever. Ain't nowhere else to go but where? Up. These are money-making terms in the markets, right? There's 3 different types of lot sizes you guys are going to be using when you get involved with trading, right? Your 1 penny is not a penny no more. Your money's actually worth 10 times more working for you in these markets than it is with just sitting under your couch, change sitting in your car, right? Your 1 penny is worth 10 cents, right? Your $1 is worth $10. Your 1 dime, right? Your dime is worth $1 in these markets. So you sitting on bands, but you afraid to get involved in this market, right? So you're going to deal with micro lots, mini lots, and standard lots. Very, very simple. I'm going to break down to you guys. We have access to an academy that break all this stuff down to you, but I believe that this is the easiest stuff to break down to you guys, because applying it is where a lot of people stop, right? That's where a lot of people stop. A lot of people get an emotional high out of just learning new information because it makes sense. But in reality, if you never apply it, you're going to be stuck in the same situation. You're just going to be a person who got high knowledge about something and low execution level. And in between that gap, you're going to be frustrated and depressed. You're aware about how to make all this money and don't do nothing about it. Don't be that person when you leave this call, guys, right? So micro lots means that you're trading pennies, right? A 0.01 is worth 10 cents, 0.02, 20 cents, 0.03, 30 cents, 0.04, 40 cents. Y'all get that, right? A mini lot, it looks like 10 cents, but it's really worth $1. So if it said 0.10, you're trading $1, right? A special way to do this, guys, is just to simply, let me get my pointer, it's just to simply move the decimal point over to the right one time and add a 0. That's how much you're trading per pip. Okay. This is probably some of the hardest stuff you're gonna get when it comes to calculating this stuff, and it's not hard to understand. It's just new, right? 0.20, $2, 0.30, $30, 0.40, $40, or $4, right? When you're trading standards, right? A standard lot, it looks like $1, but it's worth $10 per pip. So $1 lot, right? A dollar lot is really worth $10 a pip. $2 is really worth 20. 3 is really worth 30. Very, very simple. So just multiply it by 10, guys. So obviously, the bigger the lot size, right? The bigger account you have, the bigger lot size that you can use, which means the bigger the reward. You don't need that much movement in the markets to go in your favor when you have more capital. The challenge is most people don't have the capital, disposable capital, to support their trading journey, right? So let's practice real quick just to make sure you guys got this down, right? A 0.03 is not 3 cents, ladies and gentlemen, right? It's 30 cents, right? 0.55, this can trick you. It's not 55 cents, it's $5.50. Very simple. 0.12 is $1.20. 0.71, $7.10. Right? These are the trades that you can enter inside your smartphone, which determines how much you make per pip, whether you're buying or you're selling the market. Okay. This is where things get real crazy, right? 0.87, $8.70. Right? $8.70. If you catch 10 pips in the market, guys, and you're trading $8.70, that's $87. Right? You guys, and understand that most people are trading 5 to 8 hours a day to be able to make that. You can do this in 5 minutes or less when you know how to trade. All right. $200 a pip. This is what the banks are trading with your capital. In fact, while we're speaking, the banks are already trading your money right now. You just don't get no interest from it. Right? Everybody on this call has already been trading and investing, right? It just never work out in your favor. When you learn how to trade and invest for yourself, you get to learn how to become your own bank. And most people would rather have that because your money's not doing nothing in the bank, but getting leveraged and loaned out to other people who do know what to do with it, right? This is where it gets crazy. Imagine being able to trade 2,000 a pip, 10,000 a pip. Guys, the banks are trading 800K lots, right? Really 8 million a pip. This is why they're legally able to loan out, right? They have a rule called the 10% threshold. They can legally loan out 90% of your money that's sitting in the bank right now. They can loan it out and charge interest on it because people need money. They don't know how to do what I'm sharing with you right now, right? Most people, when they ask about this market, they ask a great question, which is, how much should I start my trading account off with? I always recommend, if you're a conservative person or you're an aggressive person, you choose. But there's a right way and there's a risky way. Okay, there's a right way and there's a risky way. Give me 1 second. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. The account size that you guys should start off with, if you funding your trading account with $50 to $100, I would like to call this, you're pretty much doing what's called a live demo, right? A live demo trade. When you first get started in this market, guys, you don't have to invest real money. You get to do what's called demo trading or simulation trading. You get to make real actions, real decisions in the market so you can get used to your own habits, your thought process, and your emotions when processing those decisions, right? If you know how to make money in the markets, then all that's left to do is to have repetition, right? Repetition and preparation, right? And practice is where the success lies. So you'll go ahead and apply those same principles when you put real money in the markets because you know how to create profit in there. And it's going to change your whole life, right? So if you started off with 50 to 100, you shouldn't be trading higher than 0.01s or 0.02s, which is 10 cent to 20 cent. Don't look to make a lot of money from a little bit with a little bit of knowledge. You ain't been in the game long enough, but it's a great experience because your money would never grow like that if you just leave it in the bank, right? So depending on where your capital is, how much disposable capital you have, these are great amounts to be able to start your trading account off with, but never risk more than what you're willing to lose. No one wants to lose, but if you do lose it, is it going to put you through a financial catastrophe? Are you going to be one trade away from a financial disaster? Then you shouldn't be trading. You should be accumulating more cash flow to be able to put inside the markets to really make that knowledge that you're applying worth getting. If you're an aggressive person, right? I don't mean aggressive like you beat people up, right? I don't mean it that way.
I brought my tablet for nothing.
Hey, hold on, man. Hold on. Let me mute. You gotta physically unmute you. All right, guys. So if you have an aggressive kind of mentality, you like to go after what you want, different things of that nature. You guys start your trading account off with that, but if once you learn something, right? I learned this about most athletes, right? In my group, we got a lot of athletes. A lot of athletes come in and they're aggressive. They're confident because they're not afraid of failure, right? So people that aren't afraid of failing or afraid of losing, they're a little more aggressive because they already accepted the risk that comes along with it. Most people that's conservative, it's not that you're scared, it's just that you recognize that you don't know what you don't know. So you'll rather get the experience and the thought process of what it could be versus somebody that's just trying to be aggressive, get a bag just to, flex. That's what I learned about the difference between the two. Either way, when you first get in, you need to create some risk management rules. Never risk more than 1 to 3% of your trading account, right? And if you do risk more, make sure you're completely aware of the circumstances, right? Rather what can be gained or what can be lost in that trade, and you completely accept the outcome. If that's the case for you, you're going to be fine. Right? Now, understanding compounding, from what I just broke down to you guys, if you follow a simple trading plan, right, where you're just trying to get 5% a day, 5% a week. Most people bank accounts don't even perform 5% a year. Okay? If you start this off with, let's say you start your trading account off with $100. This is why everybody on this call should get involved with trading and investing in some way, shape, or form. Because the power of a dollar, right? Compound interest is the eighth wonder of the world. If you start your trading account off with $100 in day one and you make 5%, you're gonna get $105, right? You gain $5 profit, right? But what about day 10? That same 5%, right? 10 days at 5%, now you at 162. Day 30, 355. Now, these type of returns, guys, most people don't even get these type of returns within 1 year of a rental property. Listen to me. What you do in trading, you can expedite the returns that you want to get because you're multiplying the money every single day, right? So it's safe to multiply the money in this market when you know how to compound and invest it in things that bring back tangible returns, right? Tangible ROIs, if you like to see, touch, and feel your asset, right? But I like the digital route because there's no cap, right? There's no cap that can depreciate my value. My knowledge is what appreciates, right? Day 60, same 5%, you at 1,000. That same $100, you at over $1,700. Day 120, right? This is just saying you're getting your 5%. It don't matter if you won or lost trades. That $100 can still turn into 33, right? So instead of working all year to make 33,000, some people don't make this annually, right? Some people don't make this annually. 33,000 from trading while you work your job. Now, instead of making 20,000 a year, you're making 50,000 a year. Welcome to the middle class, if it still exists, right? But what about around month 6, in between 4 to 6 months? $1 million from $100? This is what all the other cultures understand, but we continue to feel less than, like we don't deserve to make this type of money. Guys, well, it's on the table now. You're aware that you were already a millionaire, but you never look at that $100 that you spent on Henny as $1 million that you spent, right? Henny tastes different when you know how to make that $100 flip, right? In that case, if you know how to trade and invest, anything really is possible, right? There's 4 types of people that get involved with this market, right? You're going to be it's mainly 4 types of traders, okay? Different people are going to compound their accounts based off of their personalities, right? You got scalp traders, right? These are the people who like to get in and get out. They're typically taking, 20 to 30 trades a day. They get in and get out. Most people that start off their trading accounts with less than $500 or $1,000, you end up a scalper by nature just because you really don't understand what you're doing and you haven't learned how to trade well enough, right, for you to have confidence to hold trades longer. So most people start off as a scalper, right? Then you go into what's called day trading, and these are cycles. Some people's personalities are going to segue them faster once they get the basics down. That's what this call is for. You need to identify yourself through one of these type of ways. And then when you get inside of any educational platform where you start learning how to trade, pick a style that fits your personality. This is a key thing that a lot of people miss out on. We just put people on things that, that's going to help them get a result, but it's really not in alignment with how they really are. So quick money ain't always good money, guys, right? The money is cool when you know how to make it quick, but you always gonna have that rush and that greed, right? Most people that start off scalping, you automatically creating that bad habit of over trading, right? Revenge trading, greed, because you always want to make the money back and you piss it back into the markets just as fast as you got it, just from inexperience. So your lessons, right? You're gonna learn more lessons when you scalping. And then when you doing a day trader, the day traders are people that hold trades a little longer. You got a little more experience, but you also got a little more time to study the charts. I'm gonna say that again. You got a little more experience and you also have more time to study the charts. So most people that's working jobs, you might end up scalping because that's what your schedule permits, right? If you're a day trader, you guys are holding trades a little longer, right? But you may be looking at the charts for multiple opportunities to be able to hold and close your trades before the day is out, okay? Swing traders, people that hold their trade for multiple days or even weeks, right? So people that want to have that long-term like feel, but want to create short-term profit, swing trading is good for you, right? And then you got your position traders. This is how most people are. This is how most people invest, right? When it comes to, just getting involved with trading or investing. So I always like to say trading is a style of investing. It is a preference toward investing. Some people like to proactively be involved with growing their capital. Most people that already make good money, they like to invest in other things that don't really require their time and attention. The problem is if you're making less than $1 million a year, you should probably be trading, right? $1 million a year. I know guys that are making $1 million a day, $1 million a month. Guys, they have the capital to be able to invest because they understand the markets, but they also have the cash flow to support their journey. Most people want to create enough income to be able to get out of their current situation. Trading is one of the only things, right, that I've seen that can help you compound money to be able to use it for the things that you already like to do. Other things you guys want to consider when trading, right? Other things you guys want to consider when trading is, do you have a trading plan, right? What is your actual plan? What are your goals, right? How many pips do you need to catch daily, weekly to be able to reach that goal? If your freedom number, right? Whenever I say what's your freedom number is how much do you need, right? Set aside. How much do you need set aside, or how much capital do you need accumulated over a certain amount of time in order for you to be able to move to that next transition into your life? Maybe it's starting your own business. Maybe it's getting that clothing line and stuff off the ground. Everything that you want and desire, it revolves around capital, right? So figure out which trading sessions actually fit your schedule. This is going to help you out a lot, guys, right? Figure out which trading sessions fit your schedule. Which currency pairs are volatile? during that time, meaning which currency pairs actually are moving. When you're trading, you like movement, right? You don't want to trade in slow markets, okay? The sessions that I'm referring to, guys, are the three main sessions that most people participate in is the London session, New York session, and Asian session. You guys want to take notes of these, right? The reason why the market is open 24/5, guys, is because money never sleeps. The banks are who control these markets, right? Banks, big business, large institutional players, the rich and elite, they control the overall census of the market. News is just a catalyst that dictates price to move, right? It's just a catalyst. It plays a part in why price is gonna move. When you know how to trade, you understand what trends is happening. So it don't matter what's gonna cause it. It's only a matter of time and when. Okay, New York session between 8 and 5. Most people working 9 to 5. So this is why most people that's working 9 to 5 don't believe in trading, because your schedule and your job don't even give you the awareness. You focused on building somebody else's dream, so you don't even have the awareness. If you at your cubicle or doing different things, your focus is on something else, and it's not on money working for you. But in the New York session, guys, people's money are working for them more. Your money could be working for you 10 times as much as you work at your job. That's why I'm telling you guys, you can trade while you work, right? You got the Asian session. Maybe you work all day and don't have the time to look at the charts. Well, you got a small window of opportunity in the evenings to be able to digress, pop up a chart, get a beer or whatever you do, right? If you roll up, if you smoke, burn one and trade. You don't have to train, you don't have to change who you are in order to learn the skill to make money trading. You don't have to be a trader, right, by profession to be profitable with trading. You got to have the skills and the tools and awareness to be able to make it happen. And you learn yourself and develop your craft over time. And that's how you make more money. Okay. The best times to look for opportunities in this market are in between the hours of 7 and 11, right? And this varies, right? It's subjective. My personal preference, I know that these two markets overlap. The London and New York session overlap. So we got Euro pairs moving, GBP pairs moving, US dollar, Canadian dollar, all of those are moving, right? Where you can make a lot of money and not have to spend a lot of time in the markets. Okay. More volume, which means more people participating, means more opportunities to catch pips. Ultimately, that equals more money in your bank account, ladies and gentlemen. Now, it's the benefits of mentorship, right? Because the thing that people lack when they get in here, they try to learn this for free. Guys, I tried the YouTube route and I've learned a lot of valuable information. But the biggest key that a lot of people don't talk about is the connectivity. People don't know how to connect with the information they have because we've been taught how to learn. What happened if a teacher slapped a big ass book on your desk and said you got a test at the end of it, but didn't give you no test, didn't give you no dialogue, didn't tell you what you could do right, didn't tell you what you can do wrong? You automatically are afraid and wired to think negatively. So you automatically gonna count yourself out because of how thick the book was. You like, oh damn, I'm failing this already. That's how most people are. Mentorship helps you save time, energy, money, and misery because a mentor has already gotten the results that you're trying to get. But the challenge is most people want mentorship for free all the time. And freedom ain't free. When you want somebody's time and intellect, sometimes it may have to pay a fee, but they're going to teach you how to fish for a life, which means you can eat for a lifetime. Right? Personalized learning. They help you expedite your results when you learn it a certain way. That's why I vouch for what it is that I do. And one of the vehicles, right, that I tap in with, and I show people how to be able to turn their smartphones into ATM. Let's move on to this next session and actually show you how we get paid, right? Copy, paste, and profit. This is one of the ways. I'm gonna explain to you guys 3 ways on how you can get paid with what I'm. All you got to do is understand pips, lot sizes, and risk management. I broke down to you guys what that is. So imagine 6 and 7 figure earners, people that's doing better than you, they don't even know you, but they work for you to send you notifications to your phone for you to make money while you go out and enjoy the stuff that you do every single day. Ladies and gentlemen, I call that a business. I call that freedom. I call that leverage. And most people don't have that. See, you got to do your part. You got to learn a foundation so you can be comfortable with making decisions with your own money. We don't trade your money, right? You get comfortable with making your own money because that's more rewarding. You deserve that. Step one, a signal is going to come to your phone or a trade idea. You could choose to take it or you can not choose to. Step two, you're going to copy that same trade parameters inside of that MetaTrader 4, MetaTrader 5 app that I explained to you guys in the beginning, right? You're going to learn how to do that through our basics. We walk you through those steps within your first few days of learning this stuff, right? Step three, you reap all the benefits. You make all the money, you keep the reward. You see what I'm saying? You don't owe nobody nothing. You don't gotta pay nobody no fees off the bread you make, right? The relationship is in between you and your broker. The academy, the educators we have access to, they're literally paid to give you profitable setups. Your goal is to learn how to be the bank, manage your money, and then do the right things with it because you didn't have to work for it. It's the whole point, right? So imagine how profitable you can really be with this skill. Let's say on average, you catching about 500 pips a week. This is somebody who only taking about 3 to 5 trades a week, right? 3 to 5 trades a week. If you're only trading a penny, remember that's worth 10 cents a pip, right? You can make $50 a week off of just copying and pasting, right? Now, past profits don't dictate future ones. I will throw that disclaimer out there. You got to know what you're doing, but you only got to know enough on how to enter a trade for this part, right? A 0.10, remember, that's not 10 cents. That's worth $1. So that same $500 for you when you was trading pennies, for the next person, it could be $500. This is what's changing the game for a lot of people because most people got to work 40 plus hours a week to break $500 after taxes. People doing this from their smartphones. We got to stop hustling backwards, right? $1 is really worth $10 per pip. So same 500 pips, that's 5 bands a week. You think you'll still work your job? Especially if you don't like it. Most people, if they do this in 1 week, they quit. So I'm sharing with y'all the vehicle that can create that type of freedom for you, right? Do I need to keep going? $10, right? This is really $100 a pip, 50 grand. People are doing this every single week, guys. When I saw this, when I knew about this, there was no question that I was going to get involved with trade. I don't care how long it took me to learn it because I knew I was going to make money to be able to survive and pay my bills anyway. But what am I doing with the access capital? Is it working for me or am I just saving it for a rainy day? It rained every day in your bank account, but it never worked for you because everything you do is spend. And the last 3 letters of spend is in, ladies and gentlemen. Your money always in for you and it work for the people you give it to. When are you going to make it start working for you? As long as you put the work in, you study, you prioritize your health, you prioritize your mindset, you take care of yourself, you develop a trading plan, you're going to make a lot of money, man, and you're going to be able to change generations after you, right? My name is Melo Haynes. I appreciate you guys sticking with me. I love you, kings and queens. Have a blessed and prosperous week and obviously a phenomenal year. You guys have a wonderful evening. Thank you.